Chris, why did you suddenly say something like that? Do you really want to get a divorce as badly as you made it seem?
Suddenly? You think it's sudden? That's just your perspective. You really don't realize it, do you? You're the kind of person who has no clue when they're being abusive. And that is why I finally found courage to leave you.
Abusive? Me? What are you even talking about?
Don't play dumb. No, honestly, you probably don't even realize you've been abusive. But I've been suffering under your behavior for so long.
Wait a second. I admit there were times I was harsh on you. But it went both ways, and I don't think I ever did anything so bad that you could call it abusive.
That's exactly it. That's your version of the story. Even when I told you I was exhausted and barely holding on, you still demand I do chores. You didn't even wash my clothes in the laundry. You kept yelling at me to earn more money. And then you stopped cooking meals for me altogether. With treatment like that, how could I not start thinking about divorce?
What are you even saying? Hold on a minute. Yes, I guess that's how it ended up, but before it got to that point, I told you plenty of times, didn't I? I told you there was an order to the laundry and to stop randomly using the machine. But you ignored me and used it anyway, so I had to stay up late to wash the things that really needed to get done. That's why I stopped doing your laundry and told you to handle it yourself.
It's just laundry. Let me use the machine whenever I want. The fact that you try to micromanage something as basic as this is awful.
It's not micromanaging. It's about scheduling. Housework isn't something you can magically shorten. It's a huge workload every single day. While one load of laundry is running, I'm doing other tasks. Then, when it's done, I hang it up. How can you not understand this after living with me for 30 years?
Shut up! That's just because you're slow and inefficient in everything.
Slow and inefficient? How dare you say that? You don't even help with the housework, and yet I've been doing all this while holding down a job. And as for the money, I only told you to stop wasting it. If you're going to spend that much, at least earn enough to cover it first.
Stop acting like you're some kind of victim here. I'm the one who's been suffering. Rhonda, please, just let me go already. Divorce me. Living with you makes my life unbearable. I'm at my limit. If this continues, I'll end up with nothing as more than your puppet, losing all sense of myself. Let me live freely.
How selfish can you be? This isn't about control. I was trying to work with you as a partner. We've been together for 20 years. Does that mean nothing to you?
It means nothing. Actually, I hate you.
What?
I've always hated you. If I'd known what living with you would be like, I should have divorced you ages ago. I should have claimed my freedom years earlier. That way I wouldn't have wasted 30 years of my life with you.
Wasted? I see. So to you, the time we spent together was nothing but a waste. If that's how you feel, fine, but don't regret this decision.
There's no way I regret it.
Fine, in that case, let's get divorced.
What the hell was that earlier? Why were you getting picked up in a limousine?
That was, well, just something that belongs to the person who came to pick me up.
What? Are you kidding me? Their own.
Yes, it's true. It belongs to someone who has been helping me for a long time. They're actually quite wealthy and apparently own things like limousines and luxury cars.
That makes absolutely no sense. Rich people don't just go around helping ordinary nobodies like you. What are you even talking about? Seriously, is your head okay? This sounds so ridiculous I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, I panicked when I saw the limo pulling up outside. I thought for a second it might actually be something impressive. But no, of course. It's just one less petty jab at me, huh? One final stunt to try to get under my skin. You really couldn't resist, could you?
That's a pretty harsh way to put it. Do you really mean it? That there's absolutely no love or care left for me? After all, we've been living together for 30 years. Are you saying there's not even a shred of anything positive left between us?
Nope, not a single shred. Looking back on it now, those 30 years were nothing but pure hell for me. Honestly, when I think about it, it's just bad memory after bad memory. Kind of stuff I don't want to revisit again. So yeah, get out of my life already. The sooner the better. Rhonda! Wow, have to say, you really came through for me this time. Seriously, I'm impressed. You actually managed to do something useful for once. Honestly, if you've been helping all along, maybe you wouldn't even be in this situation. Who knows? Maybe we wouldn't have needed to get a divorce in the first place.
What? What are you even talking about?
The housekeeper, duh. She showed up today out of nowhere, and I have to admit, I was shocked. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of it. But wow, she's a real pro. She's unbelievably efficient. Doesn't complain and gets everything done without me even needing to ask twice. It's been amazing, honestly. I don't know how I ever managed without her.
A housekeeper? I didn't send anyone to your house.
What? But she said she was here on your behalf. Well, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. She told me everything was already paid for, so I'm not complaining. I'll just take it as your way of trying to make amends, huh? A little parting gift to smooth things over. Not bad. Good effort.
Wait a second. Doesn't that seem a little suspicious to you? And you're just going along with it without questioning anything? So, I just got a text from him about something. This wasn't you, was it? Oh, it absolutely was me. I knew it. What are you even thinking? What are you trying to pull here?
What do you mean, what am I thinking? I simply thought it would be a good opportunity for him to realize just how much you've done for him over the years. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything illegal. It's all legitimate. I'm providing proper housekeeping services and everything is above board. There's no need for you to stress about it, okay?
Stress? You've got to be kidding me, Lacey. How am I supposed to not stress about something like this? You do realize how terrifying you can be when you're upset, right?
Oh my, I have no idea what you could possibly mean by that.
Hey, can you get in touch with that Lacey woman? She just vanished all of a sudden.
Oh, so now it's convenient to contact me? You unilaterally divorced me, yet you only reach out when you need something. How ridiculous. I don't believe I owe you any kind of response.
Shut up! You're the one who sent her, so you're the only one I can ask. I've been trying to contact her, but she's ignoring me.
For the last time, I told you I didn't send her. Why don't you get that? Anyway, what do you need from Lacey, and what exactly do you mean by disappeared?
She just stopped coming out of nowhere. Until yesterday, she was handling all the housework and everything else for me.
Well, I guess it's time for you to start taking care of things yourself then.
Don't be ridiculous. My relatives are coming over in 5 days.
Yes, the famously perfectionist parents of yours. I can see why that might be a problem.
Exactly. Can you imagine what they'll say if the house was in shambles? This is all your fault. That helper you sent did a half-baked job, and now I'm left in the lurch. You should come over here and take care of the cleaning yourself.
Excuse me? What are you even talking about? Have you lost your mind? Why would I come over to help you? And need I remind you that, according to you, I'm the woman who supposedly tormented you for 30 years with emotional abuse? Why are you even thinking about asking for my help? Isn't that completely contradictory? Normally, you wouldn't even want to speak to someone like me, let alone rely on them.
That's, not the point.
Let me guess, you told your parents that everything is perfectly fine at home even after the divorce, didn't you? Just like always, you've been putting on a facade to maintain appearances. Back when we were married, you loved playing the role of the perfect husband who could manage everything, including housework. Meanwhile, I was the one doing all the actual work.
Hey, I helped out with housework sometimes.
Oh, is that so? Then you should have no problem handling things on your own now. Don't drag me into this, although, to be honest, I doubt you'll manage. A man who couldn't even put a single sock in the laundry basket when asked repeatedly isn't exactly cut out for household chores.
Damn it, you're absolutely useless.
Coming from you, the most incompetent person I've ever known, that's a laughable thing to say.
Hey, this is getting ridiculous. You're neglecting your duties.
Well, well, Chris, calling it neglect of duty, are we? That's quite the accusation.
Finally, you decide to reply. took you long enough. Now get back here and finish the housework already.
Why should I? My assigned responsibilities are already completed.
What the hell are you talking about?
My role was to organize Rhonda's belongings and take them out of the house. That's all. The housework I did was incidental, as keeping things tidy was necessary to complete my primary task.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you weren't even hired as a helper?
I never said I was. If you recall, I clearly explained at the beginning that I was there at Rhonda's request to sort and pack her things. I never once claimed to be a housekeeper, nor did I enter into any kind of labor contract with you. So I don't believe I owe you any explanations or assistance.
Gotta be kidding me. You have any idea how much trouble you caused me?
I believe your relatives are coming to visit soon, correct? Why not simply show them the house as it is? During my time there, I observed that you are entirely incapable of managing even basic household tasks. Why not let them see the truth?
I could handle it if someone just taught me how to do it.
Oh, is that so?
Very well, let me give you a brief lesson in household management. Let's start with laundry. Contrary to popular belief, it's not as simple as tossing everything into the washing machine and pressing a button.
What? Isn't that the whole point of having a washing machine?
Not quite. While the washing machine does handle the washing and drying processes, there's much more to it. Clothes need to be sorted by color, fabric, and type of care required. Different detergents and fabric softeners are used for different materials. Ignoring these details can ruin your clothes.
Can't I just wash everything together?
Oh no, if you do that, you risk colors bleeding, fabrics shrinking, or clothes becoming wrinkled beyond repair. And using the wrong detergent can damage the garments as well. You also need to plan the order in which you wash items, especially if you have limited time or space. Skipping these steps can cause major problems later.
This is way too complicated.
And that's just the laundry. We haven't even touched on cleaning, cooking, and the many other aspects of household management. There's a lot more to it than you realize.
If it's so much work, can you just help me out a little? It's impossible for me to do everything all at once.
It's funny to hear that coming from someone who never even lifted a finger to help before.
What's that supposed to mean?
When Rhonda asked you to help with small tasks like putting your dirty socks in the laundry basket, it was a reasonable and simple request. Yet you refused and dismissed her entirely. You even called her nagging a form of emotional abuse. And now you expect me to step in and help you with housework? Isn't that the same thing you criticized Rhonda for?
No! Housework is supposed to be a woman's responsibility. I'm just not good at this sort of thing.
You were the one who said you could handle it if someone explained it to you, weren't you? Well, I've explained the basics. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
Wait a second. You can't just leave it like this. I still don't understand everything.
Let me clarify one more thing. Household management is about consistency and planning. It's not about doing everything perfectly right away. Start small.
Start small? Like what?
Begin with one room. Clear the clutter. Make a checklist if you have to. Dust the surfaces, vacuum or sweep the floors. Don't overthink it.
What about the kitchen? It's a mess.
The kitchen is critical. Start by washing all the dishes. If you've been leaving them in the sink, soak the tough stains. Then wipe down the counters and stove. A clean kitchen is essential if you plan to cook.
Cook? I've been ordering takeout.
How's that working out for you?
Expensive and the portions are tiny.
Then learn to cook. Start simple. Scrambled eggs, sandwiches, maybe some pasta. You don't need to be a chef overnight.
This all sounds exhausting.
It is, but it's necessary. Welcome to the real world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got things to do. Good luck, Chris.
Wait! Don't go just yet. I really need help. Can't you just come back? Please? Damn it! Because of you, I ended up in a huge embarrassment. What are you going to do about this? This is all your fault. I can't believe you're sitting there while I'm suffering because of your actions. I can't even show my face to anyone anymore because of you. How are you going to fix this? How can you even look me in the eye after what you've done to me?
Embarrassment? What exactly are you talking about? What happened? Did someone say something to you?
My parents, for one, said they knew this would happen with you. They were all saying that we could see this coming from a mile away, and they didn't hold back when they were running their mouths. They said whatever they wanted and none of it was good. They went on and on about how they always thought that this would happen. And then my brother and sister, can you believe this? They brought their kids over, and the first thing that they said was how dirty and messy the house was. My kids were so embarrassed. Even my nieces and nephews started making fun of me, saying they needed to clean up and organize the room. It was humiliating. You know what? It's all your fault. You never bothered to teach me anything about housework before you decided to leave. You're just taking the time to show me. None of this would have happened.
Hold on a minute. I did teach you how to do housework. You forgotten all the lessons I gave you?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I taught you everything you needed to know. I showed you how to use the washing machine, how to clean the house properly, everything. But you didn't listen. You were too busy thinking that you could figure it all out on your own without asking me. You thought it would be easy, that you could just do it if you tried hard enough. But you didn't, did you? You didn't take it seriously, and now you're paying the price for it. This mess is entirely your fault.
You're absolutely kidding me. You're saying it's all my fault when you didn't even teach me the right way? You really think that? You seriously expect me to believe that this is all on me? If you'd just taken the time to explain everything properly, I wouldn't be in this situation.
I'm not kidding you. It's the truth. I did teach you, but you were too stubborn to listen. You thought you could do everything on your own, and look at where that got you. Don't you dare blame me for your laziness. The fact that you never learned anything isn't my fault, it's yours. And don't even start talking about me being the problem. You're the one who wanted a divorce, not me. You're the one who decided to break this family apart. So don't come crying to me now, pretending like I'm the villain. You have no right to do that.
Shut up! You're always talking like you know everything. I hate people who act so high and mighty, like they're always right. You've been nagging me nonstop ever since we got married. It wasn't like this before. When we were dating, you were calm and collected. Once we got married, you started showing your true colors. Started acting like I couldn't do anything without your constant supervision. Do you even realize how suffocating that was? I feel like I've been tricked into this whole thing. I'm the real victim here, and you're just making it worse.
You're really just going to keep acting like you've been wronged, aren't you? You've been playing the victim for so long, but I'm done with it. You keep pretending like everything is everyone else's fault, but the truth is, this whole mess was caused by your own actions. It's pathetic to watch, really. You know what? Looking back, spending 30 years with you was the biggest mistake I've ever made. It really was.
Damn it, damn it! What the hell did you do to me? Now because of you, I've lost everything. I can't even keep my job at the company anymore. I've been completely ruined, all because of the things you said. You were just supposed to be a maid. How'd you even manage to do something like that?
Oh, Chris, it looks like the situation was handled properly, and I'm glad to see that action was taken. It's a relief to know that everything's been dealt with.
You've ruined my life. Now people at the company are saying that I'm a sexist, that I'm some kind of misogynistic monster, all because of what you told them. You have any idea how bad this is for me? I can't even walk into the office without being judged. You've turned my life into a complete nightmare.
Well, isn't that the truth? I made sure to let your company executives know exactly what was going on, so I'm not surprised.
What do you mean by that? Why'd you even do something like this? Why couldn't you just have stayed out of it?
Well, you see, I happen to be a major shareholder in the company.
What? Major shareholder? What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't Rhonda explain that I'm wealthy? I even arrived in a limousine to pick you up, but you never seemed to understand what was really going on.
Wait, was all that true?
Yes, it's absolutely true. I understand it's hard for you to believe that someone wealthy would work as a maid, but let me explain. I was originally an investor and made my living through stocks. I had a family, husband, children, but I lost them all in an accident. It was a devastating time in my life.
Why would someone like you be doing something like this? Why would you ever choose to work as a maid when you could live off your wealth?
Well, my family died in a car accident and I was left all alone. The house felt so empty and depressing that I couldn't stay in it any longer. I didn't know what to do with myself. I needed to do something, anything, to get myself out of this depression. I randomly found a housekeeping service online and thought, why not? Maybe I could help someone else while also keeping myself busy. That's when I met Rhonda.
You met Rhonda?
Yes, Rhonda had just lost her mother, and her father was always busy and hardly ever home. She was left all alone, crying over the death of her mother. I saw myself in her. I couldn't stand seeing her like that, so I made it my mission to make sure she didn't have to feel that loneliness. I've treated Rhonda like my own daughter. She means that much to me. So when you hurt her, it's unforgivable. What you did was completely unacceptable.
But why? Why would you go so far for someone else's kid?
Rhonda had been struggling in her marriage for a long time. Her husband wasn't pulling his weight around the house, and he seemed to have little respect for the household duties. She was trying so hard to make things work, to keep her family together. But even when things became unbearable, she didn't want to choose divorce. She loved him, and she wanted to stay married to him. She was willing to make things work, even when it was hard. But in the end, things fell apart, and she had no choice.
You're talking like she's innocent in all of this. But I was the one who had to deal for nonsense, too.
Did you even understand what you were getting into when you got married? Did you go into it with any kind of serious commitment? You were strangers before you got married. There's no way everything could go perfectly. Marriage is about compromise, understanding, and working things out together. But you never tried to meet her halfway. You expected her to change while you stayed exactly the same. That's the problem.
But why the hell did you report me to the company? Why make it public? It was a private issue between a husband and wife.
Because someone who thinks they are the only victim and tries to destroy others for their own benefit will cause harm to the company. People like that are usually already disliked in the workplace long before they're called out. And you've been pushed to the edge, haven't you? That's why you're stuck in the corner of the office, getting gossiped about. Everyone believed my report, and that's the proof.
Damn it! Why is this happening to me? I haven't done anything wrong. Why is everyone blaming me? Rhonda, please stop being upset and come back home. I know we've had our misunderstandings, and things have been tough lately. But this doesn't have to be the end. I feel so lonely now. I just can't bring myself to believe that it's truly over. After 20 years of us building something together, is it really that fragile? Can everything we worked for just fall apart over something so small? Was it really that easy to break? Was everything that we had just an illusion? Please, Rhonda, just listen to me. Talk to me. This can't be the end of everything we built, everything we shared. Been through so much together. How can we just throw it all away? You know, when we first met, everything felt so perfect. It was like we could conquer anything together. There was so much promise in our future, in our dreams, that we had a lifetime ahead of us. But now, it's like I don't even recognize you anymore. You've changed in ways I can't understand, and you don't know how painful it's been for me. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I'm truly sorry for them. I can't lose you. Please, Rhonda, don't let it end like this. I can't bear the thought of living the rest of my life with this kind of regret. Please come back.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? The way you've started sending these messages. You've always been so careful with your words, so measured in how you communicate. But now, just like anyone who's been backed into a corner, you've turned into someone else. You're trying to play the Romeo now, using words to fix things, just like all the other men who try to salvage relationships when it's already too late.
No, this isn't about trying to play games. I'm truly sorry, Rhonda. I regret everything. My feelings are real. I'm not using this as a way to manipulate the situation.
You're trying to make me believe that, but I see through it. I see exactly what you're doing. You've been mocked by your family, you've been rejected by your coworkers, and now you're looking for someone, anyone, to understand you. You come crawling back, hoping I'll be the one to save you from the mess you've made. But it's too late for that. You can't just expect me to be the person you run to when things go wrong. You've pushed me to the edge. No one will accept you the way you want them to, not anymore. Everyone can see the truth of what's been happening between us. No one cares about you like they did before.
That's not true. You can't say that. You know what we've been through. 30 years, Rhonda. 30 years of building a life together. Can't just throw that away.
For 30 years, I've been the one carrying the burden. Forget that. It hasn't been a one-sided effort. Marriage isn't something that should be treated lightly or discarded. I stayed year after year because I was committed. I gave everything I had to this relationship. But now, I can't keep going. I've reached my breaking point. This can't continue. You pushed us here, Chris. You made the choice, and now you need to take full responsibility for what's happened.
Responsibility? What do you mean by that?
I'm filing for alimony, and I'm filing for emotional abuse.
What? Alimony? Why would you do that now? After everything we've been through?
You're the one who decided to end our marriage. You're the one who kicked me out of our home. And you think I'm just supposed to walk away from everything? I've been keeping track of everything. Everything you've said. Everything you've done. I honestly didn't want it to come to this, but I've been writing it all down. Every emotional manipulation, every insult, every argument. It's all there, right alongside the good memories we shared. You can't just erase that. You can't make me forget it.
No way. You can't be serious. You're not really doing this. Are you really going to turn your back on me like this? After all these years, after everything we've been through?
Feel sorry for you? You honestly think I should feel sorry for you? After everything you've done?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought you'd say.
But the truth is, no one feels sorry for you, Chris. Your family is ashamed of you. Your coworkers are talking about you behind your back. No one is standing by you, not like they used to. Everyone can see through it.
That's not true. You don't know that.
Yes, it is true. It's obvious to everyone but you that this is your fault. The emotional abuse, the manipulation, the way you've treated me, it all came from you. You need to wake up and face the truth. No one feels sorry for you. Not a single person. And the only one who refuses to see that, the only one still in denial, is you. Lacey, I don't know how to thank you. You even covered the lawyer's fees. When everything settles, I'll make sure to pay you back.
It's nothing really. If rich people don't spend their money, the economy won't grow, will it? But more than that, I care deeply about you. I wanted to help you move forward without any lingering resentment.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I've never had anyone like you to rely on. My relationship with my dad is complicated, and my mom isn't around anymore. I've always been on my own in a way.
Well, I can't replace your mother, but I'm so glad I could be someone close to you, someone who cared for you like family.
Actually, there's something I've been meaning to ask. Would you consider living with me?
With you?
Yes, I've been thinking about it a lot. I want to repay you for everything you've done for me. I know you're not my mother, but to me, you're more important than that. When I was a child, I didn't have to face loneliness because of you. Now, I don't want you to be alone. I know I won't be able to match your income, but...
Rhonda, thank you. That means so much to me, to think we could live together again. What a wonderful proposal. I had always thought that I would just spend my old age quietly by myself, but now it seems like there's so much more to look forward to.
Wait, don't say old age. I still want to spend so much more time with you. I don't want to think of it like that.
Rhonda, are you sure about this? I don't want you to feel like you're doing this out of pity for me. I want you to know that whatever you decide, it's because you want it, not because you feel obligated.
No, it's not pity, Lacey. It's about love. I love you, and I want you to feel the same way I do. I don't want you to feel alone or abandoned. You've been there for me when I needed it, and now I want to return the favor. I want to be there for you too.
But what if it's hard for you? What if it gets difficult and you start to regret your decision? I don't want to be the cause of your unhappiness.
I'm sure of this, Lacey. I know we'll face challenges, but we've faced hard times before, right? And we've always made it through. I believe in us, and I believe we can make this work. Let's give it a try.
Are you certain?
Yes, I am. I want to do this. I want us to be together, and I want you to feel loved and appreciated. I want to help you. We're family now, and family doesn't leave each other behind.
Rhonda, I can't tell you how much this means to me. I've been so alone, so isolated in recent years, but now with you, I feel like I finally have a chance to make things right. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know that with you by my side, I'm not afraid of it anymore.
You won't be alone, I promise. We'll face whatever comes together. Chris found himself buried in debt, a direct result of the alimony payments he was required to make following our divorce. The weight of these financial obligations was not something he had anticipated when the divorce was finalized, and it became an overwhelming burden that he struggled to bear. This wasn't surprising, though, considering that his income had always been modest at best. There was never much room for savings in his life, and the little he had accumulated over the years was hardly enough to sustain him, let alone cover the financial demands of the divorce settlement. During our marriage, I had always been the one to handle the finances. I took care of everything, from paying the bills on time to managing household expenses. Chris, on the other hand, never really engaged in the financial side of things. He was content to leave all those decisions up to me, trusting that I knew what was best for both of us. Looking back, I can see now that this wasn't the healthiest way to approach things, especially in a marriage where shared responsibilities should have been the norm. However, at the time, I believed it was simply how things worked, and it became our routine. The problem, though, was that Chris never truly learned how to manage money on his own. He wasn't involved in the planning or the budgeting, and when things went south, there was no foundation in place for him to fall back on. The aftermath of our divorce was a harsh reality check for Chris. The alimony payments he was required to make were far more than his income could cover. With no savings to speak of and no experience managing his finances, he turned to credit to make ends meet. But using credit only provided temporary relief, and it didn't take long for him to realize that his situation was spiraling out of control. Chris had always lived paycheck to paycheck, but now, with this added burden, he was sinking deeper into debt. The stress of keeping up with the payments took its toll on him, and he found himself trapped in a cycle of financial insecurity. As his debt grew, so did his anxiety, and it wasn't just about the money anymore. It was the constant worry of what would happen if he couldn't keep up with the payments. Would creditors come after him? Would he lose everything? Looking at Chris's situation, it was clear that he had never truly understood the importance of financial planning. He was the type of person who lived in the moment, always focused on his immediate desires rather than thinking about the future. This mentality works for a while, but eventually, life throws curveballs, and without a financial cushion or any foresight, things can quickly unravel. Chris's spending habits had always been reckless, driven by impulse rather than thoughtful consideration. He wasn't someone who set aside money for a rainy day, and his lack of financial literacy only worsened the situation. When we were together, I had been the one to manage everything, but after the divorce, he was left to figure it out on his own. And unfortunately, he didn't have the tools or knowledge to do so. As I reflect on everything that led to this point, I can't help but think that Chris's isolation was, in many ways, self-inflicted. His failure to invest in relationships outside of our marriage was something that came back to haunt him. While I had always been someone who valued close friendships and family bonds, Chris didn't put much effort into cultivating meaningful connections with others. His friendships were shallow, and his relationships with his family were strained at best. He never made time for anyone other than himself, and that lack of effort left him alone when things started to fall apart. His isolation mirrored his financial struggles. Both were the result of his inability to think beyond his own immediate needs. And now, as he faces the consequences of his actions, he finds himself with no one to turn to for support. The loneliness he now experiences is a direct reflection of the choices he made throughout his life, and it's hard not to see that he brought it upon himself. As for me, I was determined not to let Chris's problems define my life anymore. I had spent enough time feeling weighed down by the past, and I wasn't going to let his financial mess continue to impact me. I wanted to move forward, to create a life that was more fulfilling and centered on my own happiness. It was time to embrace a new chapter. That's when I made the decision to move in with Maggie. We had been friends for a while, and our relationship had grown into something deeper. Living together was a natural next step, and I couldn't have been more excited about the change. It was a fresh start, a way to leave the past behind and build something new. Living with Maggie has been a transformative experience. The dynamic is completely different from what I had with Chris. For years, I had carried the weight of all the responsibilities in our household. I was the one who made sure bills were paid on time, that our home was kept in order, and that everything ran smoothly. Chris, for the most part, wasn't involved in any of that. He was content to let me handle everything while he focused on his own interests. It was a lonely existence for me. I often felt overwhelmed by the amount of work that needed to be done, and there was little appreciation for all the effort I put into keeping things together. But living with Maggie has changed all of that. We share the responsibilities now, and it feels like a partnership in the truest sense of the word. We cook together, clean together, and take on the challenges of daily life as a team. The difference between my time with Chris and my life with Maggie is stark. With Chris, I always felt like I was doing everything on my own. There was no sense of equality in our relationship, no shared burden. But with Maggie, it's a completely different experience. She's an active participant in our household, and it's such a relief to have someone who understands and values the importance of partnership. We support each other emotionally and practically, and there's a sense of camaraderie that I never experienced with Chris. It's a beautiful thing to have someone who is equally invested in the well-being of the household and our relationship. In many ways, my life with Maggie has been a healing experience. I no longer feel like I'm carrying everything on my shoulders. Instead, we share the load, and the burden is so much lighter. It's not just about the physical tasks, it's the emotional support that makes all the difference. We talk about our dreams, our hopes, and our frustrations. We laugh together, and we offer each other reassurance during tough times. I never realized how much I needed that kind of emotional connection until I experienced it with Maggie. It's the kind of support I had been longing for, but never had with Chris. While I am happier than I've ever been, I can't help but wonder what the future holds for Chris. His financial struggles are just one part of the problem. There's a much deeper issue at play. For years, Chris lived a life focused on his own desires and needs, with little regard for the people around him. He's left to face the consequences of that self-centeredness, and it's unclear whether he has the capacity to change. He has spent so many years living with a narrow view of the world, and it's hard to imagine him making the necessary shifts to truly change his life. His isolation, both financially and personally, is a result of his own choices. While I feel sympathy for his current predicament, it's difficult to overlook the fact that he brought this upon himself. I've learned a lot throughout this journey, particularly about my own worth. I've come to realize that I deserve a partner who shares the load with me, someone who values the things that truly matter. I've learned that it's okay to let go of people who no longer contribute positively to your life. I've learned that happiness doesn't come from financial stability or material wealth. It comes from the relationships we build and the love we share with those who truly care about us. Living with Maggie has shown me that happiness is possible, even after experiencing pain and disappointment. It's a reminder that life's greatest rewards come from the connections we make with others and the love we give and receive. For the first time in a long time, I feel truly content. And while Chris may continue to struggle with his own choices, I have found a new sense of peace, independence, and belonging. I no longer feel burdened by responsibilities that I once carried alone. Instead, I feel supported, loved, and at ease with the path I'm walking. This new chapter in my life has been more transformative than I ever expected. Living with Maggie has opened my eyes to the many layers of happiness I had long overlooked. It's about the little moments of connection, shared laughter, quiet conversations, and the reassurance that we are in this together. I no longer feel weighed down by the expectations that once consumed me. I am free to be who I truly am, and that freedom has given me the strength to look forward to the future with hope and excitement.
Natalie, hey. It's been about a year now since you and I have last talked. Have you been doing pretty good? So what is it you want with me this time? And just like I had remembered, there is no form of friendliness to you at all. Your cute little sister is finally getting back in touch with you, and you're going to treat me with that cold attitude? That's the reason why your family doesn't love you, and you've turned into a sad and disappointing woman. Right? Are you even aware of that? What do you want with me? Well, about that. Well, I'm going to be having my wedding here really soon. I plan to throw the largest wedding ever, so I would like for you to be there as well. I know that I've always had my own things going on, keeping me from ever going to any of the family events and such. But it would be crazy of everyone not to show up at my wedding, especially when I'm your little sister, right? Huh? I have no reason to be going to your wedding. What? I'm not going. There you go. There's my answer to you. What? Wait just a second. What the heck, Natalie? You can't seriously be that crazy, right? I've always been the cute and nice one in the house. How could you ever say something like that to me? And do you have any idea who I've always been to you, Kay? Someone who didn't get the same treatments and privileges as you. Oh, stop talking about all of that stuff. The reason you were never treated the same as me is because you've always been such a slouch. Mom and Dad feel the same way as I do about you. Huh? There were times you would take my lunches and dinners away from me. And there were times you'd take my things from school, like textbooks and my homework, and throw them in the trash. And at certain times, you'd even take things as far as ripping up my clothes and burning all my underwear. All of that led to me becoming a slouch, a Grinch, even when I was around all of you. And that was all because you have such an ugly personality. You really have the worst personality imaginable. And listen, the only way you are ever going to get any sort of treatment from anyone is by fixing that rotten attitude you always have. That's the only thing you can do because there's nothing else about you that's attractive. I mean, take your face, for example. It's ugly. I'm the one who's already married and making a decent living. So please don't comment about me like that until you're on my same level. What? Someone like you actually had the chance to get married? You really have that much hate for me that you didn't even think I could find a partner to marry? I hate having to listen to you always making comments like that. You're never able to do anything ever, yet you got married. That would shock anyone, not just me. But that's great to hear. I was worried about you for a bit since you're so stupid and all. I'm not going to say anything about that, actually. I was always failing my tests and everything, even though I was trying to study so much. Which led to me stabbing both Mom and Dad's hopes for me in the back. Aw, how wonderful. At least you're aware of how brainless you are. Luckily, after you were finished with, someone like myself came along and aced all her exams, as well as passed all the top classes in her school. No wonder Mom and Dad love me so much more than you. Anyway, since you have yourself a husband, I want for the both of you to come out to my wedding. I'll make sure to send you guys an invitation as well. I have no clue what nerve you have that allows you to invite me to that wedding. I've already told you I'm not going as well. You are a liar, Natalie. Why have you not come out to see me in my wedding? Because of you, there was an open seat left in my family's section, and you've gone and embarrassed me in front of everyone there. You're an ass, a total jerk. You've gone and completely ruined what was supposed to be my perfect day. Give me my day back. Look, Kay, I already told you before that I would not be coming. Twice, actually. You told me you were coming, and that's why I sent you the invitation. It's not like you even have another little sister whose wedding you can go see, so now you're just being an idiot by skipping out on mine like that. I don't think of you as my older sister anymore now and will be cutting ties to you. Well, that's because I've never had a little sister. What? Because I've never thought of you as one to me. I was planning on cutting ties to you long ago, but forgot to block your phone number. There has never been a little sister in my family, and it's going to stay that way now since you are cutting ties to me finally. What the hell? You're a bitch. How dare you say things like that about me?
Natalie, are you doing all right? You looked really upset just a second ago. Then you just left the house to go outside.
I'm sorry, Martin. I'm just a little pissed off at the moment. Something annoying came up again, and so I wanted to take a moment to cool my head outside in the yard. Actually, I'm going to head to the convenience store down the street for a bit. Anything you want from there? I can grab you a drink or a snack if you're a little hungry.
I guess you can grab me an ice cream or something cold. But anyway, what got you all upset like that? I've never seen you have a face as red as that before.
Actually...
Are you kidding me right now? What was she thinking trying to invite you to her wedding? And now she's acting like she's the victim and everything, and that you owe her an apology or something, after all the crap she'd done to you.
I don't know what to say about all of this now. I didn't think things would come to this with her. It's been a long time since I felt this jittery with rage and anxiety at the same time.
I'm surprised you didn't take things further with her then, being that upset. That's very mature of you. How about we have a few drinks today, and then that might help you settle down a bit.
That sounds great. Will you drink as much as me this time?
Of course I will. It's my job as your husband to make sure you don't get too carried away, unless I stay at the same pace as you.
I'll make sure to pick up a couple of drinks while I'm here then. I'll even get us a pint of whiskey to help settle me down more quickly.
Perfect, and thank you. I'll make something up for us to eat along with those drinks then. And, I'm sure by saying something like this, you'll get a little heated with me. But I am thankful for what your little sister has done.
What?
Well, it's because of what your little sister did I was given the chance to meet with you, right? So even though it may be hard to do this, you should be at least a little bit thankful for what she'd done. Well, I was thankful for her at least. However, now, after what she had done this time, I'm not so sure I can say I appreciate her anymore. Also, it doesn't seem like she learned a single thing after all she had done before.
To that girl? No, to that whole family. They know nothing about learning their lessons or anything, so don't even try to hope for anything from them.
I guess that is true. I may have been thankful, but I'm well aware now that your sister won't change. If she keeps on acting like that, then we're going to have to warn her. So please, next time you have to deal with her, let me know and I will help you out.
Thank you, Martin.
Please don't forget that you are no longer on your own in this world. You have me now, right by your side.
It's all because of you that there were empty seats next to Mom and Dad, and you embarrassed me. You really are the worst. Even my husband says you're the worst. He never knew that you had such a self-centered attitude about everything. He also said your character is the worst and that you are ugly. There is nothing about you that's worthwhile to anyone here. But I'm not the devil. So I'll give you a chance to receive my forgiveness by giving me $1,000 right now and nothing less. Huh? What makes you think that I'd have to pay you anything like that? I don't have that kind of money in my bank account, and no, I don't mean that I'm poor. I just mean I don't have any money that can be handed over to a brainless woman like you. I made sure to ask you for only $1,000, and yet you can't pay me that? You can say you're not poor all you want, but I know deep down you really are without any money. Look, Kay. And what about your husband then? I'm sure since he chose to get married to a useless woman who is both ugly on the inside and outside, he has to be just as brain dead as you. But can't he at least give me $1,000? I was originally going to ask you to pay for my whole wedding, but I'm playing nice and only asking for $1,000. So hurry up and give me that money. Kate, what the hell did you just say? Huh? I'm not playing your dang games anymore, Kay. Did you just say what I thought you said? Were you just making fun of my husband as well? What? Making fun of him? I never said that I was making fun of him. Are you really that immature where you get upset when someone tells you the truth? Grow up already, Natalie. I'm younger than you, and even I know not to get all angry about the truth. Not only have you been making fun of me, but now you're making those terrible comments about my husband. I'm not going to allow that anymore. I am an idiot for thinking there was even an ounce of you that had changed. But since it seems you still can't understand anything you're doing and anything I say to you, I'm going to have to get serious here. Jeez, I don't care to listen to you whine about me. Just hurry up and pay me already. Right now. What the hell, Kate? What do you think you're doing? What? What do I think I'm doing about what? While I was out of the house, you were calling the house phone over and over again. And when my husband finally picked up, you started to pressure him for money? What the hell have you said to my husband? Leave him out of all this. I had to do all of that because you weren't sending me any money. That's what you get for bullying me now. Not only have you gone and ruined my very special day for everyone, but now you're trying to avoid paying that settlement I'm asking for. I have no reason to pay you a frickin' penny, Kay. It's frickin' childish of you to still be bullying me all these years later just because I went and stole your fiancé from you. Natalie, you're my older sister, right? You must be pretty messed up in the head if you're not able to laugh off all the funny things your little sister does. Huh? Who the hell would invite the very same person whose fiancé you stole to your wedding with that man? I would. Because I wanted you there to celebrate me as my older sister. Also, I only said things that were true about your husband when I was on the phone with him today. You're the one with an ugly character. And even though you shouldn't even be able to get married, you found yourself a partner and yet still hid things from him about me. You've committed a scam by marrying him without telling him the truth. You're a criminal now. I feel so bad for your husband now that he had to hear the truth from me. I'm sure he's just as much of an idiot as you are, but to be lied to like that and led into a scam marriage, I feel bad for him. Kay, you cut all of that out right now. And you're the one calling me childish after my fiancé was taken by you? I'm sure you have no idea how that must have felt for me back when you did that. All the pain and misery I had to live through? Why are you getting all angry again? Because you keep on pissing me the hell off. I have been so upset with you these past few years now that I don't ever think there will be a time where I'm not hating your existence. I was going out with your husband all throughout college, and we even had planned to get married. You were even invited to our wedding, Kay. But you were able to do what you wanted when you wanted with the help of those two ignorant parents. And in the end, you went and slept with my fiancé and later took him from me. I've been living a life of hell ever since then, although I never care to share any of it with anyone. What? You're all upset because of something like that? Huh? Listen, Natalie, once everyone had found out I'd been sleeping with your fiancé and we had that family meeting, I said what I wanted to. It was mean of you to date someone as cool as him and not let me take him instead. And I knew that I was meant for him, which is what I told you, yet you still said no. That's why I had to steal him from you. And that's why Mom and Dad both said for you to give him to me and go find someone else. In other words, it's your fault for not being good enough for him back then. and not a single person is blaming me for taking him. Yet you went and held on to all your hate all this time and used that to get in the way of my wedding to him. You are nothing more than a monster now. I hope nobody ever calls you human ever again. Ugh. I see, Kay. I see. So in your mind, you haven't done anything wrong all this time? And that's why even now, years after what you did to me then, you still haven't said any form of an apology. I have nothing to apologize about, so why would I? Anyway, pay me that money. If you don't, I'm going to keep raising the amount of money I want from you. I will not let you get away unpunished after what you did to me and my wedding. You will not be able to run from me now. You're the one who won't be left unpunished this time, Kay. You went and made a name for yourself now in my family by making fun of one of my own. What? I haven't made fun of anyone. When have I ever said anything about Mom or Dad that would be getting you so pissed off now? I've already been mistreated by the three of you and then stabbed in the back when I found someone I loved. There is only one person in my whole life so far who has not treated me like garbage, who is my family, and that's my husband. He is everything to me now, and I don't need anyone else. To me, my family is just him and I. They all aren't family to me, and they never will be. That includes you. To me, you are nothing more than a complete stranger. You are about to get the full wrath of my pent-up anger now that you've gone and hurt my husband like that, you frickin' bitch. Jesus, why would you ever say that? I guess your character has only gotten worse all these years. Do you want to know why I never took you and my ex to court after you guys started having relations? Because I didn't want anything to do with you guys anymore. Also, it was because of you that I was able to find my husband, even if I don't want to accept that. So I thought to myself that as long as I was far away from you and had a life that I could enjoy, I would never have to go back and punish you for what you did to me. But now I can see that there's no point in holding back anymore. Screw being mature about things now. All I want to do is send you and that bastard husband of yours to hell. How dare you talk to me like that when I'm your younger sister? I'm the one who's actually living a decent life and not one filled with things like stupidity and ugliness. You're just jealous of me because you never had a way of giving a wedding, and that's what's led you here. You really think that a CEO and his wife wouldn't be able to hold a wedding after getting married? What? You were able to get my new phone number and everything from the family, but you never asked about where I'm currently living, huh? Right now, my husband and I live in a penthouse. It has windows wrapping around 3/4 of the penthouse, and we can see everything from the city center to the ocean from here. And the biggest seller for this place is the view of the sunset in the evening. That's the kind of life we're getting to live right now, so I wouldn't call us poor or stupid by any means. Huh? Are you completely out of your mind now? You can't be that delusional already, can you? I'll send you some pictures from inside here right now as proof, so please take a close look at all of them. You're lying, right? How can someone like you be able to live in a place like that? Had you never gone and stolen my fiancé from me back then, I would have never had a chance at this kind of lifestyle. I am thankful for that one and only thing, Kay. So thank you. I've been able to find the man of my dreams who I love more than anything else in this world, and have been given a life where I am very well off. Honestly, this is the happiest I've ever been. Your husband, who you just got married to, unfortunately doesn't make the kind of money my husband does, and so you'll never have a shot at a life like mine. What the hell? You are the lowlife. You shouldn't be able to or allowed to have a better life than mine. Natalie! So it really turned out that you have a lot of money, right? That means you can pay for my whole wedding now. It's all because of you that I ended up having a terrible wedding, so you should be fine paying up, right? You already get to live in such a magnificent penthouse out there, so this won't be a problem for you, right? Have you ever looked up the definition of a settlement before? I've already told you I'm not handing any money over to you. Come on. How much longer are you going to do this with me? You are too old now to not be learning your lesson here, so just take responsibility for what you've done and pay up. I'm not sure what all I need to be learning my lesson for and what responsibility I have with you. But I guess I'll hear you out this time since you don't seem to be giving up. Well. So you do know how to behave like an adult. I understand that as an adult, we all have to be responsible for the things we've done and must learn from them so that we never misbehave again. That's why I'm going to make sure you pay up just as much as I'll have to. What? What do you mean by that? Hey, wait a minute, Natalie. What have you done? I just got an envelope in the mail that says I'm being asked to pay a settlement, and it's been sent to me from a legal firm. You happened to be the smart one between the both of us, so you shouldn't need me to explain anything to you as long as you read everything on those documents. That's not what I'm talking about. Why now of all times are you choosing to get this money from me? It doesn't matter what time I chose to ask for a settlement from you. And like I was saying before, I originally wasn't even going to. But then you came back and asked me to come to your wedding, and then got upset with me for not showing up, of course. That all triggered my anger for you again, and so I decided I had no other choice but to do this since you had still not learned a thing. Did you really think you could make it through your whole life without having to take responsibility for having a secret relationship with my fiancé and then stealing him? Are you that much of a dunce? Huh? Don't you dare start calling me the idiot here. You're the one who's pretty much mentally disabled. No point in starting to yell at me again. This is what you get for thinking you were so special and that no one would dare punish you for doing the unthinkable. I'm sure this is all just a fake anyway. What? There's no way someone could actually ask for this kind of money in a settlement, right? This is all a fake, and you're just trying to scam me. Too bad I'm smarter than that. If I were on the same level as you, sure, I would have probably fallen for this, but I'm not. So I'm not being fooled. Is that right? Well, go ahead and keep believing that then. I'd much rather you wait and see what happens when you leave a legal settlement unpaid. Natalie! Why did you send all these papers to my office now as well? And why to my husband's place of work as well? Because of that, some of my coworkers and my boss have found out. It didn't look as though you were going to pay me after I had my lawyer send the papers to your house. So I asked my lawyer to start sending them to your work, as well as to your husband's work. Because of you, my husband is being transferred out of the head office, though. And as for myself, everyone is laughing at me now about how I had to steal my own sister's fiancé in order to get married. And others are talking trash about me in their cubicles. This is the worst outcome. You are practically harassing me now. And all of these things have been done to me before, by you. What? Ah, but you weren't as secretive about all of it, were you? Always coming to me at home and making fun of the grades I had in school, calling me stupid for them. And other times telling me you guys didn't need a brainless freak around and hitting me upside the head for it. And at school, you would walk up to my friends and I, telling them how ugly I was and saying I only made things worse by wearing skirts and things like that. Every time you would do any of those things to me, you would laugh about it with the loudest laugh possible while pointing your finger. Then, when things started to get boring for you, you took things to the next level and would ruin my clothes that I had for school. And even take my stationery things and flush them down the school toilets. And that was... That was all because of you being such a stupid loser. I may not have done as well on things like tests and exams, but when it came to my actual GPA, I was better than you. Sorry that I ended up having something called test anxiety, which led to me failing things like my SAT, but I was still able to get into a good college after. It happened to be the same exact college that your husband went to. So if you're going to call me stupid because of it, then he must be just as stupid. All you really had was a decent history in high school, yet you seem to think that's all that mattered. I can't believe someone who graduated from that medical school is being forced to transfer out of his office now. No way. What are we supposed to do here? I won't be able to pay you that settlement I've been asked for. And my salary is going to go down now after what my boss found out, so I won't even be able to live the life I've had. Why, Natalie? Why are you being such a bitch to your little sister? Hey, would you stop acting like such a victim all the time? And like I said before, I cut ties to you long ago, but just kept forgetting to block your number. What? I've never thought of you as my little sister for as long as I can remember. Maybe you shouldn't have been acting so ignorant by thinking I'd still want to be your sister after what you did. I thought that since you and I hadn't talked in years, you would have understood that I don't want you in my life anymore. I even told Mom and Dad that I don't want anything to do with you guys anymore. What? So you're really cutting ties to everyone? Why? Why? Because I can't stand to think about you guys being a part of my life anymore, and I'm at my limits with everyone. I told them both I won't be going to their funerals and that I don't want anything from them after they die. Although everything was probably going to you anyway. Neither Mom nor Dad have ever thought of me as their daughter, so what's the difference between what I'm doing now and what was going on before? This is why I had said my family is only my husband and that I don't have any little sister. You already showed me that you didn't want to be my little sister anymore when you stole my fiancé from me. But after what you tried this time, I'm going to make you and that cheating bastard pay, literally and metaphorically. No way this is happening. I don't want to fall even lower than my mentally challenged sister. I am not going to pay you anything. Natalie, why are you ignoring me now? You haven't been answering any of my phone calls now. I have been calling you again and again and again, trying to get you to answer, yet you're still not going to pick up? I'm going to keep trying.
Please excuse me. This is Natalie's husband. Natalie has told me she will no longer talk with you anymore, so I'm having to converse with your kind now. So here I go with what I have to say to you. You have been very rude thus far with all the phone calls you've made.
Oh, you're her husband. And get my sister to listen to me already. Right now, she's trying to get me to pay her money for no good reason at all. You, though, you're just as stupid and useless as she is, aren't you? Since you were willing to marry that ugly heap of garbage. But I know you're making far more money than her right now, right? Well, right now, your wife is becoming far too greedy, all because you probably won't let her use any of your money, and now she's targeting me. Go and put a leash on your bitch right now.
And why do I have to listen to you say things like that about me, when I don't even know you that well? Also, the only dog I know of who currently needs to be put on a leash is you.
Huh? Who the hell do you think you are?
Likewise. I can't believe that I'm thankful for a creature like you. Because of what you've done, I was able to go out with Natalie and then marry her. But I've lost that appreciation for you, quite literally this time, and will not allow you to act out of line anymore. You've already gone and tortured my wife enough. And even though you're being punished for it all now, you're still not able to learn a dang thing.
You are seriously making me piss my pants laughing right now. I never thought that the loser my sister chose to marry would be this sad. Stop thinking that you can be a victim now. And I'm not the one who needs to learn anything from this.
You have no right saying that after you went and stole my wife's fiancé and then invited her years later to the wedding of you both.
The only reason my sister had her fiancé stolen from her is because she is the least sexiest woman on the planet. That's what happens when you're born with the qualities of a monkey. The fact that you can't even see and understand that really makes me accept why you were able to marry such an idiot like her.
I can see now why Natalie has had so much trouble with you. You can't listen to anything that's said to you, instead just changing things so that they make you look more and more good. How is she even able to talk with you in the first place?
Huh? Huh? You? Are you making fun of me now? You're the idiot.
My name is Martin Conroy.
And who the hell frickin' cares? You are worth so little to this world that you shouldn't even have a name.
I would have thought you would at least know what the name of your employer is.
What?
Currently, you are working for Conroy Group, right? And yet you have no idea who your CEO is. Going to have an emergency meeting with the board to discuss new forms of training for everyone I've employed.
What? Wait a sec. What are you talking about? You're not some CEO.
I'm pretty sure my wife has already told you about how I'm currently a CEO, correct? And just a second ago, you were going off on your employer, your CEO. You know what has to happen to you now, don't you?
What? Don't even try threatening me now. Show me the evidence right now that you're actually my CEO.
If you'd like some evidence, allow me to tell you your current sales for this quarter. That is something no one else in the company besides myself, the board, and you are able to know right now. I'll make sure to delete the message after I show you your numbers. But once you've seen them, you should trust my words, right?
What? No, there's no way. You're actually my CEO?
Honestly, it doesn't matter to me whether you believe my word or not, because you'll come to realize the truth when you are no longer allowed into the office building anymore. You've really gone and done it now, Kay. You not only tortured my wife for years and years, but now you sit there trying to fight with me, your own CEO. From what I've seen today, you are not fit to be working for my company, as you are a major vulnerability to us. I'll make sure the head of HR is aware of this before I take action. He has to be aware that there is someone so immature within our company that they could lead to our downfall if not taken care of now.
Wait a second. What? Are you really my CEO? I'm so sorry. I never actually thought that you could be my CEO of all people. What the heck? My sister really needs to get herself together. Why didn't she tell me more about my brother-in-law sooner? So sorry for the misunderstanding. As a way of saying I'm sorry, would you allow me to take you out for dinner?
No. I no longer have time to waste talking with you. And I don't have the stomach to tolerate your filth anymore. Just because you didn't know who I was doesn't mean you can just say whatever you want about me. You are way too old now to even be thinking something like that, which has led me to think maybe you are hindered mentally in some way. My company does try to be all-inclusive when it comes to who we hire, but when it's someone who cannot be trusted with the job itself, we have to say no. You're fired.
No way! I already have to worry about a settlement, so there's no way you can actually fire me.
You think that being fired is all that's in store for you?
What?
You're not just being fired, but also you'll be taken to court for trying to defame my company and I. The same thing stands with Natalie, as she is my wife. Consider this the end of your life on this earth. I hope you enjoy paying for all your sins.
No, there's no way. I can't. If I have to pay even more money in settlements, I really will not be able to go on living. Help me, please. You're my older brother, right?
Maybe you have a developmental disorder. I'd say once all of this has been settled, go and have a doctor look at you. I'm sure once they are able to diagnose your problem, it will be a lot more easy for you to excuse all that BS you keep spewing. Now you get the hell out of my life, get the hell out of my wife's life, and go burn in hell or something. She has had enough of your crap finally, and I'm in that same boat too.
No, no! Oh, please forgive me this time. Please, Martin. Listen to this, Martin. I was finally able to get my settlement from her today.
Is that right? Congratulations, Natalie.
I'm sure glad all of that is pretty much over with now, but man, was this a long battle for me. And I'm really sorry that you ended up having to get involved in everything. This was something I should have dealt with alone.
You never got me involved in anything, since it was both of our problem to begin with. So I took responsibility for part of it, and made sure that monster paid for the things she did to you. Also, Natalie, I understand never wanting to get other people involved in your matters, especially when you love them. But I am your husband, which means you need to come to me with all your problems, and ask me for help if you need it. That's what I want from you, and that's what I expect.
I guess you're right. All right, thank you, Martin.
You are welcome. Now, since all of this has happened now, we don't really have to worry about your family anymore. So what do you say we finally have that wedding?
What?
Ever since you left them all, we haven't done anything at all outside of our secret life together. And since you've cut ties to everyone in your family, who cares if they learn I'm a CEO? Kay already found out, so...
Well, no, I want to have that wedding, actually. It's just, I really don't know how to express that I have no family after I left mine.
Well then let's make a family of our own at the wedding. You don't need to have a mom or a dad or siblings there to have a good wedding, as long as the partner you love is with you.
That's right.
I know. So let's take our time and find the perfect place for this wedding.
After everyone around Kay and her husband started to find out that they got married the way they did, after cheating on me and then leaving me behind, they made a break for it to try and get away. Of course, her husband couldn't escape getting transferred, and Kay couldn't dodge the fact that she'd get fired. They had to move across the US in the transfer and are now both living in a really crappy apartment in LA because they can't really afford any of the housing where the office is located. With Kay being jobless and her husband not making as much anymore, they get into fights on the daily about money and their life choices, to the point they've started to have affairs of their own now. All of this was told to me as secondhand information from one of my old friends who also happens to be a friend of my sister, so who knows if it's all correct or not. But the last thing I was told about their lives over in LA is that they both found out one another had started to cheat, but couldn't get a divorce because without each other, they could not support themselves. Kay needed her husband's money in order to be fed, and her husband needed her in order to have someone home cooking. And they both knew they couldn't rely on their secret partners after a divorce because they were also married, so the choice was made to continue having the affairs and just living with it. But that would all change when one day Kay found out she was pregnant and ended up in the hospital due to her husband trying to kill her. She was in the ICU the last time she was able to text her friend anything, and her friend is not too sure what happened to her after that because she's been quiet ever since. As for myself and Martin, we went and finally gave our wedding to all our closest friends and my husband's family, and from there went and started trying for a baby. It had taken us a few months of trying, and while we were at it, I chose to leave my job in order to focus solely on being home and relaxing after the mess I had been through. And what do you know? It really did help to completely remove most of that stress from my life. As only a few weeks after leaving, I was tested positive. At this point in time, I'm on my 3rd month of being pregnant, but I do have my worries now about becoming a mother. I don't want to end up becoming the same woman my mom was to me, but I'm not sure how to avoid all of that. And there are also the worries about what could happen if I have more kids and they'll treat one another like Kay treated me. But I know deep down that as long as I have my husband with me, myself and the kids we may have will be in good hands. That's what I believe, and so far Martin has given me every reason to believe so.